I'm Igulu kingsley Theopilus. I hail from Nigeria, and I'm pursuing a BTech in Sharda University, a fourth-year student in computer science engineering. I am the chairperson INSFOS Electoral Commission. My role, and I'm not just alone, we are a committee. We are to conduct 2012 election, and we've made up some guidelines, and according to the constitution of INSFOS, we've enacted some rules, extracting some from the constitution in order to have a free and fair election, and also to have a good leadership. Now we've given a notice on the Facebook page. Now we've, I think, with the president, he just uploaded some of the information about the election. I've got some guidelines about the election here. So one, candidates should know that all rules and deadlines surrounding these elections must be adhered to. You know, we have guidelines, we have rules, so candidates should try as much as they can to abide by these rules. And we reserve the supreme power on any interpretation of these rules. That is the IEC, INSFOS Electoral Commission. We reserve the power to give conclusion on controversies. The supporters, sometimes you may come up with your followers, so we're also going to give guidelines on what to do, the extent you're going to move on. Of course, for you to be electable, you must be an international student holding a valid passport or any proof of being an international student. Also, you have to be a Sharda student, which means you must have a roll number and an identity card. These are proofs to show that you're a Sharda student. For the positions of president, vice president, secretary, and disciplinary officers, the student should attain 7-point CGPA and above, or 65%. For the academic officer, we've got the criteria of 8 points and above, because that is a very crucial position, as it has to do with the academics of the students, so must be a performer. Okay, and for the offices of the social welfare and social and welfare officers, we've given the criteria of 6.5 CGPA or 60%. Now there is what is called BCM. BCM is a status by a member of INSFOS. So BCM member status, we have an ID card for it. So for you to contest or for you to even pick a form, you need to have this status. So it's sold for 200 rupees alone. It's not too much. So for the office of the president and secretary, it's just restricted to second year and above students. First year students may not apply for the offices of presidency and secretary. Now we've given some rules about canvassing, and that's talking about your position, speaking to people about your position. You may use Facebook, you may use call, you may call your people, but we're trying to make this election to be, less political because of the system here, the Sharda system. We try to relax some electoral points. So we're not taking everything into consideration, but you are free to canvass, you're free to tell people about what you want to do, what are the positions you want to come up. We've reduced the number of students voting, that is the voters. We've come up with what is called electoral college. Electoral college, they are just basically people who will be voting. Because of the large number of students in Sharda University, we cannot handle all the students, logistics, and we know that most of the students are not around also. So we're selecting 5 students from a country. That is to say that a country should provide at most 5 students. If you're less than 5, also you can give us the number of students. So This is what we call electoral college. And then we have the IRC member, that is INSFOS Representative Council. They are going to be part of the electoral college and 4 other students from the various countries. Okay. For now, we have about 24 countries in Sharda University. Elections, as in the forms for the various positions, are still open till 24th of December. So candidates should approach Lamin, who you've seen his number on the Facebook page. We are going to be sending what is called a confirmation message to the various candidates, probably after 24th, after the submission on 24th. By 25th, students will receive message if they are qualified to continue in such position that they've applied for or they are aspiring for. All right, and then from 25 you can start your canvas and you can talk to people about your position and what you want to do. Then there is what is called manifesto, which is basically talking about what you want to do in your regime, kind of briefing people on what the procedures, things you're going to be doing, the projects you're going to be doing, the impact you're going to make during your office duration. So this will be done on the 28th of December. The main election is on the 29th of December. So there are some dues attached to the various forms, and this different from the various positions or offices. For presidency and secretary, we have 200 rupees for the collection form. The disciplinary officer, the treasurer, the academic officer, the social officer and welfare, the forms will be collected with a sum of 150 rupees. For students that are not around, or maybe they have traveled for holiday or whatever, we've made modalities on how to incorporate everybody in this process. If a candidate wishes to, contest for any position, even if it's not in India now, we're going to be uploading the form on the Facebook page, so you can download it, fill the form, and then probably you can scan it. If you cannot scan it, it is in Word format. You fill it in your MS Word and then send it back to the mail we'll be sending to you. But you have to pay the fee attached to that position. Probably if the presidency, you have to pay 200 rupees. You may contact your friend who is in India now to give the money to the appropriate person. Even students that are not around that will be voting, which constitutes the electoral college, we are also making modalities that even if they're not around, they can be part of it. So nobody will be, in a way restricted because of distance to be part of this election. Thank you very much.
Okay.